Shalom, I'm Rory Pilachowski, and this is the 60 on the 95, the latest Israel news for teen Israel advocates. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry returned to the Middle East last week with a plan for peace that he is trying to get the Israelis and Palestinians to agree to. After intense talks in Jerusalem, Secretary Kerry spent Sunday jetting around the Middle East and attempting to show up support for a U.S. framework plan for Israeli-Palestinian peace, calling the endeavor a challenge that could still fall apart. In a press conference held in Jerusalem on Sunday morning, Kerry called his trip a productive couple of days, with very, very intensive talks. He also said that both Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had made important and courageous decisions, difficult decisions, but declined to comment on the content of those decisions. As of yet, no confirmed concrete details of the framework agreement proposed by the United States have come to light. Kerry will return to Israel Sunday night and is expected to stay for a few days before returning to Washington. As Israel enters negotiations with the Palestinians, it made an important point about necessary steps towards a real peace. Israel's government accused the Palestinian Authority on Sunday of educating children to seek the destruction of Israel and looks to Adolf Hitler as a role model. At the same time, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu connected Palestinian refusal to recognize Israel as a Jewish state to what he said was continuing Palestinian incitement. Shown here are Palestinian police officers giving a Nazi salute. True peace cannot exist without stopping the incitement against Israel and educating for peace, Netanyahu said in a statement. The refusal of the Palestinians to recognize Israel as the state of the Jewish people and declare the end of national demands. This is the root of the conflict. In a worrying move that validates Iran as a normal country in the international forum, Iran might become involved in the Syrian peace talks scheduled to be held in Geneva this month. Secretary of State John Kerry said a possibility that members of the opposition in Syria's civil war have resisted. Iran currently supports Mr. Abbas, head of the Syrian government. Mr. Kerry's comments on Sunday were first by an American official indicating that the Iranians could be invited to the conference. Russia and the United Nations Special Envoy for Syria have said Iran should participate, but France, Saudi Arabia, and, until Mr. Kerry's comments recently, the United States have always objected to Iran's participation. The Syrian opposition coalition opposes Iran's participation, according to opposition officials, and declined to put the matter on its agenda in a preparatory conference now taking place here in Istanbul. Tehran would need a formal invitation to attend the peace talks, which are scheduled for January 22nd in Geneva. Iran could participate very easily if they would simply accept publicly the Geneva I premise on which Geneva II is based, which calls for a transition government, Mr. Kerry said. Validating Iran by allowing them to sit in on talks ignores their open sponsorship of terror and should worry Israel advocates. We are still working very hard on passing more sanctions against Iran and isolating them as the world threat that they truly are. That's been today's 60 on the 95, the latest Israel news for teen Israel advocates. We hope you'll tune in next time. Have a great day, and let's look forward to peace in Israel.